You can ask me any question you like.
Explanation of embryology, what the Quran has mentioned, and follow that. Have you become Muslim or have you accepted Islam? Why and why not? Thank you.
That's the question I've been asked, of course, hundreds of times, and it's a very logical question. And I'll give you the same answer that I gave in Saudi Arabia, that I gave in Toronto, that I gave in Sudbury a couple of weeks ago, and that I give anywhere I go. And that is that I was raised in a Christian family. My father was a Presbyterian minister, and he taught me to respect all religions, and he said that all those who believe and worship God just have a different way of doing it. So I have no difficulty in understanding that we all worship the same God. Now, it would be different if I didn't have a strong faith of my own. In other words, if I had been an agnostic and didn't believe strongly in God, that obviously I would have probably accepted your religion. But as I was raised as a Christian and believe, as you do, that Muhammad was a messenger of God, just as Jesus was a messenger, each bringing messages from God. So I didn't find it difficult when I was told about the Quran and that these were revelations from God. It wasn't difficult for me, because my own father made it very clear to me that he was called by God to be a minister, to go and talk about God to the people. So in an indirect way, maybe God is telling me that this is the right thing for me to do, to help explain your holy book to you. Now, your scientific colleagues can do this just as well as I can if they have an understanding of embryology. But I've always said that it's probably mean more as a non-Muslim for me to tell people around the world that I believe that what is recorded in the Quran is accurate according to our present knowledge. And as I say, I'm sincere in what I say, is that we just didn't have this knowledge, and some of this knowledge about the genes and the chromosomes has only come to us in the last 10 and 15 years. When I was a student 25 or 30 years ago, we didn't have a lot of the knowledge we have now. And there are a lot of things in the Quran that I was asked questions about, and I said, I don't understand it. And I think that maybe in another 100 years, and I won't be here, but on those verses, if you ask them to the embryologists of that day, they will say, sure, that is what this means. So that, to answer your question very simply, I don't feel it's necessary for me to become a Muslim to worship God. I've done that for all of my 60 years. And if anything, though, understanding this just shows me that God has a great influence in this world. That's the best that I can answer that for you. And I have seen some of my colleagues who've been so impressed by what they have read in the Quran and so on, that they have certainly, there have been a few cases where they have converted, and that's fine. And if I'm ever so motivated, I would do the same. But I have a strong belief. It just happens to be a little different way of worshiping God than yours, but we're all worshiping the same God, I like to think, and that if we can work together, we'll have a much happier world. Thank you.